All right, good morning, guys. Today we're looking at SRG. It's looking okay. We had quite a bit of movement here in the last little while. The low of it is about $8. The high of it's about 10.60. So we have a decent amount of range here. We are sitting below that 200 EMA, so it's looking a little bearish today. I am expecting today to look a little bearish, so hopefully I'm wrong. I'd like to be wrong on that, but we'll see. We've got APRE here, pretty much nothing early on the pre-market, but we did see a low of about 94 cents and a high of $1.13 or $1.14 there. So again, the range is okay on it. I'm not really liking the price action on it. It's a little bit of barcoding, but you know what? We'll take what we can get. If it starts to move, we'll play it. We've got MOBQ here. Not a whole lot to go off of. Pre-market was really small in this one, so we have a little bit to go on here, but we got a low of $1.57 and a high of 182. So not terrible again. Hopefully this starts to pick up as well. EVFM, we got a lot of barcoding going on here. Very little volume early on, but we did see a pretty dramatic increase in volume pretty recently here. So we're hoping on market open this could maintain that volume or maybe even break out a little bit more here. We are above that VWAP and we are above 200 EMA by quite a bit here. So I'm thinking that it'll probably end up coming down. ISIG really popped up just very, very recently here. Not a whole lot going on with it, so not really a whole lot to tell you. Very little volume, very little price action, sitting far below that 200 EMA, so we'd have to really see this pick up. USEA recent IPO. It's looking okay. I mean, we did see a low here of about $7 with a high of over $10, so we've got a decent range here, so this is probably going to be something we could take a play on. We are staying on that 200 EMA. This is probably somewhere I would like to buy in on the stock to give it a shot. So we're going to go ahead with USEA at probably 879, 875 if we can. We're going to go for 9. Let's go for an easy $9 here. We'll see if we can get that. And then we'll go for an 820 stop loss. So we're going to give it a fair bit of room. Or sorry, let's change that. I don't want to do 820. Let's go 840 SL. 820 is too big. I don't want to do 820. That's a little bit further down than we really need to go. Even 840 is quite a bit of room here. But you know what? I'd rather have a little bit more room than just not enough. We do look like we might be breaking down from that VWAP there, or 200 EMA, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. Let me just ledger the trade here. We are breaking down, so I think we're just going to cut it. This is not what I was looking to see off this USEA. All right, so we took a really, really tight stop on this. Nothing too bad there. APRE doesn't look like it's moving. ISIG looks like it is actually moving up. We'll take a try on ISIG here as it gains volume. So we're gonna go for about 9, maybe 920. If we could squeak in a little bit lower, that'd be great. We're gonna go for $10 here. And then we'll go for an 890 stop loss. We're gonna give it about 30 cents. 890 puts us like right below that 200 EMA, which is where we want to be. Let's see what we can do with ISIG here. Maybe, just maybe. This isn't like really my preferred price range. I think we're still a little too high for the price range, but you know what? We'll take what we can get today. So far, so good. We're at 940. We're looking for about $10, which is quite a ways up, so hopefully we can reach that. We are looking pretty good here around 950 from 920-ish. If we can hit 950, we could probably start to take a little bit of profit. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're right. I'm totally on the wrong stock here. SRG, not ISIG. Yeah, I was totally looking at this instead of ISIG. USEA is still heading down. We've got APRE not really doing a whole lot. MOBQ not doing a whole lot. EVFM decided it is going to take a move up. That brought that VWAP up very, very high. So we're looking to probably see this come back down to VWAP before we take a trade on it. ISIG did knife, yeah. That is correct. Could have sworn I was looking at ISIG when I said that, but apparently not. APRE still going higher here. Looking good as well, so I'm glad to see that some of these lower price stocks are starting to move. That's definitely something good for us. So we're going to move EVFM up with APRE here. USEA did come back. Looks okay so far. I'm not really willing to trust that quite yet. Looks like APRE might get rejected off VWAP. We do have a support line right below it though, so we'll see what happens here. I'm thinking that we might want to take a play off of the 200 EMA. That seems to be the best support line for today so far. So maybe we'll try an APRE trade here. We'll go APRE. We're looking at about a 0.99 entry. We're going to go for $1.10 and then a 0.97 stop. So we'll wait a little bit for an entry. We'll see what that brings us. 0.97. We haven't really played APRE in a little while here. SRG came back down, so we did hit that high there of we touched that 950. Wanted to take some profit around 950. We'll probably see a bounce here from this bottom support. At least that's the plan. APRE is at 105. We're waiting for EVFM to come down to this VWAP. We're very, very close to it before we decide to take another play on that. MOBQ's dying, ISIG all the way up. So we saw it drop to about 980, all the way back up to about 1040. Yeah, this is why I really don't like to play these stocks. Even that range right there wasn't necessarily like big money in any way. APRE down to that 0.99 mark. So if you're waiting for an entry, you might get one at 0.98 here. Not going to move the stop loss. We're going to see if we hit it. Then we hit it. If it moves back up, we'll be in a really good position. So far, we're in a good position. 0.98 to 101. You know what? That's 3% right there. So I'm going to go ahead and take some profits. Profits on APRE. Nothing huge there, but we'll scrape a win out of it. And we'll leave a runner. SRG looks like it's moving back up. EVFM looks like it bounced and wants to head back up. This is probably a pretty risky play if we took it. Which kind of makes me not really want to, especially with that MACD heading down and volume kind of declining. So we're probably just going to leave it for now. We'll look at some other stuff. ISIG's not really something I want to play, so we'll look at ANNX, which is climbing pretty dramatically right now. This could be a bad call because we are jumping to something running, but you know what? Well, we have to take that chance. I think market's gonna die out a little bit quicker today, so we're gonna go 470-ish. We're gonna go for $5 as a PT and then a 455 stop. So we're gonna give it about 15 cents. 455. That brings us below VWAP. That would be great. Okay, we'll see where that takes us. USEA drops. We have SRG back down. So we did see a little bit there, moving back up to about 930, then back down. We have APRE back down to 99 cents. EVFM with a nasty drop to the VWAP there. So I think this is where we want to get in on EVFM, if anywhere. So we're going to go for a $1.36 entry. We're going to go for a $1.50 PT and then a dollar. We'll just give it a $1.31. Nah, I'll give it a $1.32 stop. $1.32 is plenty of room. We don't need more than that. ANNX at 480 here. A little bit of a drop down to that 470 mark we wanted. So there's our entry. Now we want to see a little bit of a recovery. EVFM needs to recover as well. APRE as well. APRE is looking okay. It looks like it's consolidating nicely. It'll probably move back up here. Hopefully we start to see at least 103 out of it. I'd like 105. I really would. I think 105 would be pretty optimal here. SRG back up to that 940 area. So if you didn't secure any profits the first time around, there's always this time. ANNX all over the place. EVFM up to 140 now from our entry there at 136. So, or 137, wherever you ended up getting in. We're not doing too bad there. I would still like to get a couple more cents out of it before I even start to think about taking profits. So maybe like 142, 143, something like that. APRE back up. We did hit that 101 area again. Let's hope we can make another push here. That's almost 102 there. All right, we got 102. Maybe we can see a little bit higher here. SRG back at that 450 mark, just about touching that 460. APRE back down now. EVFM down to VWAP. ANNX still hovering around 480. We have TH popping up. Didn't look good the other day. Might look good now. Does look better now. ES is looking real good. Yeah, it looks like a good long. Definitely. EVFM sitting pretty low here. ANNX with a knife down to entry point. If we break VWAP too hard here, probably consider a cut, maybe like halfway down, 460-ish. Getting close. Any more of a breakdown. TH, we'll wait for a pullback on TH here. MYMD, DBD, B cell, we could take a look at those. So let's start with MYMD. And nothing there. Let's look at DBD. It's looking okay. And then we got B cell as well. B cell's looking pretty good so far. That one's a nice climb. All right, so we saw ANNX kind of move back up here. APRE almost a stop here. EVFM moving back up a little bit. And we saw ANNX recover with a tiny amount here. Looks like we're not going to be getting the $10 mark on SRG here. So, I mean, taking profits around 950, 960, probably not a bad option. You might get that $10 mark if you hold long enough. But I think we're looking at a very long time to see $10 out of this. Very close to that stop out on APRE. Looks like it's moved back up a little bit here. EVFM might also be moving back up. ANNX back down to that 460 level. ANNX is not looking good, so I'm going to go ahead and cut. Cutting ANNX, it's not looking. It could turn around from here. We did see a huge spike in volume and then, you know, a sharp drop, but to be honest, I'm not too keen on taking something where there's very little support. I mean, we might see a little support at 460, but it's really hard to say, and I don't really want to be stuck in it. B cell continues to climb. It's got like no volume though. TH is looking okay. We've got volume there. It could continue going higher, but again, that MACD's very overextended. I think that's going to end up coming down. We're going to see real quick if ANNX was a good cut. Looks like it is so far. Saw a little bit of a drop on EVFM, APRE still holding on, but just barely. SRG makes a new high here, hitting 960, almost 970 there. EVFM still dropping. We have ANNX just about at that stop. TH has yet to come down. B cell still going for it. Why is this moving and why is the volume so low? Anything else? We've got Cocoa. Let's take a look at Cocoa. $10 range. Nah. Might come back to it later if we're desperate. ANNX might not stop it out. I mean, like, it could just bounce from here. That would be upsetting. We have EVFM all the way down. We have APRE bouncing back up finally. Maybe we'll see some profits on that. SRG looking good, hitting that almost 980 resistance line. USEA continuing down. APRE back up to that 101, hitting that 102 area. So we're seeing a lot of strength here. If you haven't taken any profits on APRE and you're still in it, I would definitely consider taking some out. Makes it a little less risky. We're going to see if we break down past this stop out line. So already a very sharp drop. I'm expecting this to be the end and recover from here, but we are very, very close. It could just drop a little bit more to stop us out. Looks like ANNX is actually going to recover off of our stop loss here. TH has yet to move higher. Range is okay. It's not terrible. B cell's just continuing to go up, so I'm going to go ahead and jump into B cell. I guess we're going to have to risk it at 260. We're going to get in there. We're going to go for maybe 275. We'll go for a tight one like that, and then a 255 stop loss. So we're going to give it a really tight stop here. Not a whole lot we can really do about that. I really don't want to risk more than that, and if we get stopped out, well, that's just part of the game, I guess. So far, so good. We are up about 5 cents from entry. Spread's not that bad. Volume is starting to pick up, which is a very good sign. MACD is very overextended, though, so that's part of what worries me. We have EVFM here bouncing off that 200 EMA so far. APRE moves up to that 104, 105 area. We're going to take profits there. On APRE, 105 area. So that's turning into a much better win now. APRE is looking better. SRG looks like it is getting rejected off that 980 mark, so we're going to go ahead and take profits around here. Take profits on SRG around 980. We have that resistance there that we need to be careful with. So we're going to leave a runner in that. We'll see where that takes us. We're not up huge on SRG by any means, but it's looking okay. EVFM with a nice bounce. ANNX. All right, so there it is. We did make a good cut because it would have stopped us out before we saw any profits. B cell went all the way up to 269 before any sort of pullback. Could take some profits here. 260 to 269. Not terrible. I'm going to take some profits there. Profits. B cell. 269-ish. Something like that. Hopefully we start to move back up on that. I would like to say that that one's going to be a big winner. EVFM not really doing a whole lot. APRE. I'm still hoping we hit 110 on APRE with the runner, but man, that's so far up. There's that 106. Good place to take some profits if you didn't take it 105. Well, SRG heading back down now. Looks like it was a good thing we took some profits. Might bounce off VWAP. If it doesn't bounce off VWAP, it might come all the way down to that 200 EMA, and in that case, we will probably look for a re-entry on it. B cell down to 255, so hopefully you took some profits around that 269 or anywhere really there was profits. If you didn't, you're probably stopping out here or very, very close to it. We'll have to come back to B cell here. I think this might actually move back up, but I think it might come back down to about VWAP line before we see another move. At least hopefully, because at least that's a support line of some sort. APRE is still looking good. We've got SRG here still dropping. Is EVFM gonna go up or going up? It looks like it's going up to me. I mean, we might get rejected at VWAP here, but hopefully it's going up. I would like to say it is. Another one of those ones I'd like to see a win out of. SRG, we're hoping this comes down to VWAP now, 922 for another re-entry. Looks like we're going to probably get that. SRG, 920-ish. We're going to go for about 980 for a PT, and then just a $9 stop, I think. We don't need more room than that. Yeah, we're gonna go for that. And I think I didn't type that in properly. Let's try again. 920, 80, $9. All right, that time it should have popped up properly. Yeah, there we go. And we're moving that up to a $9 stop. APRE still sitting up pretty high. We see a lot of tall wicks here, so we might be seeing this start to move back down now. We are at the top of the band too, so a couple good indicators. EVFM still not really doing anything. ANNX still breaking down here. It could continue down for quite some time, but we are pretty low on that MACD, so we might see it curl up here at some point, which would be pretty great. That'd be nice to see. Back to the scanner. Anything new? Not really. Maybe TTNP looks good. We could take a look at that. That does not look good. I do not like that at all. Yep, I would say it's a pretty meh day. TH sitting pretty low here, but it's again, you know what? We're crossing that zero line on MACD right at VWAP. I think this is something that's going to fall through. Even though we had somewhat bullish candle on this one's not looking too bad. Could be a reversal. You think it's going to make it down? It got real close. We got down to 925. Yep, there's that breakdown on on TH here. B cell looks like it might make its move back up to about that 270 area. Did I enter SRG? Yes. I am impatient. I am a super impatient person. Yeah, B cell does have very little volume. Makes it really hard to even want to trade. All right, SRG, looking like it. If you were patient, it might actually come down to that 200 EMA. APRE all the way back down, so we can look for a re-entry here. APRE, we're going to go for a 0.98 entry. We're going to go for a 105 PT and then a 0.95 stop. Yeah, 0.95. 0.95 honestly probably isn't even necessary. 0.96 might be the most necessary level to hit. But in any case, it looks like it's probably going to go well for us. I don't want to jinx it or anything, but it's looking pretty okay. Okay. ANNX still not turning around. TH hasn't dropped yet, so that's the good news with TH. This might actually turn around here. MACD's cooling off, but it's not really dropping. 750, so we probably want like a 740 stop. We could try a tight stop here and see what happens. Let's give it a shot. Don't want to miss out on any opportunities today if we can help it. So we're going to try for a 750 entry. We're going to go for about a 780 PT. So we're going to go for a fairly tight trade here. And then maybe just a 740 stop. So it's going to be a fairly tight trade, and we're not looking to see any sort of breakdown off of it. That's why our stop loss is only 10 cents on a $7 stock. If it stops us out, no big deal. We'll take our small loss and walk away. But it's worth the shot. We are stopping out on EVFM. Honestly, thank God that trade was going to take forever anyway. So I'm really glad that we, didn't have to deal with that. APRE down to 0.95. Just about to touch that stop. Looks like we got knifed on pretty hard there. Is everything gonna knife? SRG looks like it's holding pretty well. Did actually just touch that 200 EMA. APRE very, very close. You got EVFM a while ago? Good job. Yeah, that one was painfully slow. Painfully slow. TH has yet to break down, but it hasn't really done anything, which is kind of the worst part. It's not doing anything. There we go. All right, so we did break down on TH as well. Ah, man, sometimes I hate Fridays. 750. I mean, the good news is getting 750 was really easy, and then the stop out was really simple too. So you see SPX dropping, yeah. What's ES doing? Yeah, ES took a nasty, nasty fall. All right, APRE down to stop. So looks like we're just hitting stops all over the place with the S&P dropping. Nice. Yeah, I would say that ES is where it's at right now because it's not anywhere else. I can tell you that. MOBQ, EVFM's dropping, APRE is dropping, UCEA is dropping, SRG not really doing anything, B-cell not really doing much. We did just hit that VWAP line, so this could be an opportunity here. However, I don't think we're looking too great for the day, so we might just start to sit on our hands a little bit early. We're barely up anything today. We're like up 8%. That is sad. Not red yet, but it would not surprise me if today is a red day. YSG we could take a look at yet. Yeah, YSG's not looking too bad. We've got a decent range on it. About 10 cents on a less than $2 stock. That's pretty okay. We're seeing a nasty drop on that as well. Are we still in APRE? No. I mean, we could think about a re-entry. This does look like it's going to come up. ADTX, oh god, it's a super cheap one. ADTX. I mean, it looks good. The chart actually looks good. So this is definitely a possibility. We could be playing that. B cell not really doing a whole lot. That one's, I'm going to close down these things that are just losing all of their volume or not doing anything because we have a lot of charts open and it's actually depressing how many of these are not doing anything. I am going to open up another APRE trade here, but we're going to do it with a tight stop. So we're going to go 0.96, 0.94 stop, and then a point. Let's go for a 101 PT here. 101.94. So you know what? If it breaks down a little bit, we'll cut it. But I do think this is probably going to recover. We have a lot of room up here, and we are curling up. So getting it at 0.96. Or you could wait. Maybe you can get it at 0.95 if you're really lucky. There's 0.95 right there. ADTX is looking good. Man, this is going to be risky. You know, if we push hard enough today, this might be our first red day in over a year. 30 cents. We're looking at a 1 cent stop out. So we got to be real picky with an entry here. If we get in at 0.32, 0.31 is... Oh man, we really need like a 2 cent stop to make that work. I think we wait this one out a little bit. It's getting pretty close. I think we're only if SRG stops out and APRE. Okay, so if you haven't gotten an entry on APRE, it looks like now would be a pretty opportune time, but I am taking that quick stop out on it. If SRG stops us out, let me take a look at the trade summary here. We're down to 7.5% profit. We have taken a ton of very, very tiny stop outs and a couple break evens. So SRG, you got to win, man. You got to do it. APRE is looking pretty dead in the water. EVFM's not doing anything. B cell's got no volume. YSG, it's doing stuff. It's moving. I didn't actually see it hit that VWAP line, but you know what? Maybe it could be a decent trade. ADTX also could be a decent trade, but at the same time, your stop loss would have to be so tight. EVFM's curling. Yeah, you know what though? It looked like that a couple times and ended up dropping harder. So I'm gonna take a guess and say it's probably gonna do the same. And I think SRG is actually gonna do it as well. YSG's up a little bit here. We haven't even moved a cent on ADTX. That's just so boring. We got DMAC popping up. Maybe DMAC's got something. Half position with bigger stop. That's not a bad idea. FFIE is popping up. FFIE is looking pretty good. We got DMAC we can take a look at. DMAC's not looking too bad either. It's not a great range by any means, but it's okay. This one's got a decent range to it. I just think this one's going to head down. I think we're pretty much at that point of day where things are slowly going to head down, so makes it very hard for things to be profitable on any level here. SRG is continuing its breakdown. You know what? This is just not looking good either. Might just take a quick stop on it. SRG. Not stop. We're gonna go. We can always jump back in later if we want to, but I'm trying to make sure that I preserve my capital here, so. Yeah, today is a very slow day. Yeah, there's that rejection off 200 so far. Might break through. There's a lot of sell orders coming through. Like almost 300 sell orders to 120 buy. ADTX. You know what? MACD's curling on ADTX. I think we are going to go ahead and go ADTX here. We're going to go for that 0.31 entry. We're going to go for a 0.35 PT and then a 0.29 stop out. Going to go for that half position. It's not a bad idea. We can definitely deal with that then. We're getting that 0.31. Although I gotta say, we hit 0.30, I might just cut it anyway. I don't know if I can fathom taking like a 6% stop, even if it is a half position. Up to 0.32. If we hit 0.33, you could take some profit. I'm curious to see if SRG turns around here, or if EVFM can actually break through this. It's touched it a lot, so I'm going to say no, but you never really know. Especially with a stock that's this cheap. It doesn't take a lot to push it through. Yeah, ADTX picking up some volatility, just not in the right direction yet. FFIE is going for a dip, maybe down to VWAP. This is depressing, isn't it? Yeah, they got their drug approval thing. Yeah, and like everything is down and not really moving. This is really boring. What's ES doing? Also not really moving, but at least it's got something going on. I would definitely be looking to go long from the bottom here, but who knows? Yeah, I wish. APRE not doing anything, EVFM's not doing anything, ADTX is not doing much, FFIE still hasn't hit that 200, and even if it did, I'm not really sure if it'll recover from it. We got DMAC here, not really doing anything. SRG not doing much. Boring. Um, yeah, nothing even in deep red. SRG's literally got all the alerts coming through. CLVS, let's take a look. It's got volume. The price range isn't terrible. Honestly, this is the most promising looking stock in the last little while here, so we'll keep that one open for sure. Definitely want to see that come back down before we take an entry on it, but we'll see. So stop is right there. EVFM broke that 200 EMA. Nice, nice. Yeah, this could be a good stock, although I think at this point, like, we would have waited for the break here, and now looking at it, it's going like went from 133 to 138 would be the biggest possibility here. Rev B as well. We could take a look at that. We'll close down some of these useless ones that aren't really doing much. Yeah, I don't like YSG, and I don't like B cell. Apiary is looking pretty dead. This one's also dead. Okay, so we can look at Rev B. Yeah, I mean, Rev B's not looking terrible either. Little bit of a lack of volume on most of this, but that last minute really picked up. ADTX really struggling here, but this looks like the bottom of a curl, so. I was just looking at FFIE. It looked okay, but I don't know. I don't know. Everything so far we've tried to take off of VWAP has really not worked. And the range here, like if we get in here at, 590, we're looking maybe 610. And that's 20 cents on a $6 stock, so it's going to be like 2%. Well, maybe a little more than 2%, but maybe 4% if we're really lucky. We're at 0.32 and a half. Oh man, if we hit 0.33, that would be fantastic. Gonna go ahead and say taking some profits. Taking some profits. 0.33 on ADTX when it comes around. Well, if and when it comes around. SRG not looking fantastic, but that bottom band is curling up nicely, so this could in fact consolidate higher. CLVS sitting up real high right now. Still waiting for that pullback. It's holding a pretty good trend above that VWAP. Unfortunately, that's very, very scary. On ADTX. Yeah. Did we take another trade after ADTX? Like on ADTX or just like another trade after it? I mean, in either case, no. ADTX has been our last trade, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. EVFM, not really doing a whole lot. CLVS, still kind of sitting up pretty high. If I was a betting man, I would probably be trying to jump in on CLVS if it took a dip down to like 270. However, we're so close to being red for the day, and I just don't want to break this streak. I think this is the longest streak of me not going. Usually I'm a betting man, but being so close to red for the day, and I just don't want that to happen. So playing it safe so far. EVFM up pretty high here. ADTX with a little bit of a nasty drop. Same with SRG. CLVS continues to climb. FFIE does in fact bounce. Didn't quite hit that VWAP line, but it does bounce. It looks pretty good. Lots of volume behind this stock. There's tons of it. Yeah. Yeah, I can only imagine if I'm like close to red that you guys must be very close to red or in red at this point. Yeah, I'm up only up 6%. I think this is probably the worst day in I can't even tell you, like maybe a couple months. And it's not even like there's just no trades, it's just all the trades are going south. Yeah, right? ADTX dipping, EVFM, CLVS still breaking new highs. You know what? Let's take a CLVS trade. I'm a betting man. Whatever. If we end up red, well, at least we'll have something to talk about, and I can start that timer all over again. 280. We'll go for $3, and then a 270 stop out. 270 is a pretty big stop loss. I'll probably cut it before that if it starts to look bad, but I think that $3 is definitely a strong possibility for this stock. So it's looking pretty good. Yeah, definitely good to be paper trading today. And that's another thing. If you guys are not paper trading and your account's going to the red and you see it's a shitty day, there's definitely nothing wrong with switching over to a paper account to practice playing the shitty day. At least then you're getting some practice in, and still learning without actually risking your money. Rev B not doing much. FFIE, yeah, now that would have been an okay trade at best, I guess. Am I in CLVS? Yeah, I jumped in CLVS. Although I gotta say, it would look like we might be topping out here, which is a little bit of a scary thought. EVFM couldn't break through VWAP, breaks down from that 200 EMA. Coco is popping up as number 2, so let's go back to Coco. Can't remember what that one was. Oh, right, it was the one with a very small range. ISIG is back on, but heading down. Let's check out TH again. Nope, not TG, TH. Might be a play off the 200. Hard to say. And an X. No volume. What else we got going on here? TTNP maybe. Yeah, no volume. FRBK. Really no volume. Okay, we're good, I think, with what we got. Was 290. Ah, well, we just beat 290. We hit 292. Yeah, club's all right. We could take a. I'm gonna secure a little bit of profit here. 290. It's really not a whole lot, but securing. Nope, that's not how I take that. Securing some profit on CLVS 290-ish. Just to, you know what, just to make sure we don't turn red for the day. Not looking good for ADTX, so hopefully you took some profits while it was there. If not, it looks like it might hit the stop. I mean, we might bounce off VWAP, but with a stock this cheap, it doesn't take a lot to push things down or up, so wouldn't be betting on it not stopping out there. Very, very close. Yeah, you cut it. BTC USD, Bitcoin USD. Well, that's good. Only down small on a day like today is honestly kind of a win. 295, 296, 297. All right, so if you didn't take profits yet, definitely take profits here. And we might see $3. If you see $3, that is a psychological barrier. So if we can get past $3, this could end up being a very good trade. I am very glad. Took a little bit of guts to jump into it. I don't and I do. I don't want to say I'm red for the day, but I get so many people saying it must be bullshit that I haven't been red a single day in like a whole year. So at least then I'd be like, ha, I had a red day. Not that that should be something you're proud of, but at some point it's nice to have a little bit of normalcy, I guess. SRG finally, yeah. Damn, look at that. If I didn't chicken out, we would have been back up basically a little bit higher than entry. CLVS definitely having problems breaking through that $3 mark so far. And ADTX has yet to stop us out, but it was very, very close, and it still is very, very close, and it could come even closer. FFIE didn't hit that 610 mark yet, but it was very close as well. Could have been a good trade, or a half decent trade. Would have been a couple percent. CLVS just needs to push a little bit harder. It did push harder, but that was kind of the wrong direction. Yeah, it's been rough. I've thought about that as well, but if you're anything like me, the problem with trying to take a break is the fear of missing out. So, like the second, like even if I'm just taking a single day off from stocks, I'm still watching stocks. And I'm thinking like, crap, man, I could have been playing. This one ran up like 40%, 50%. There were so many opportunities here. Um, and it always looks like those opportunities are always there for you to take until you're actually sitting there and you're like, oh, this was actually a lot harder to play than, I would have thought. Like CLVS, for instance, we didn't see CLVS until it ran up like 90% of the way. But if you weren't playing the market, you would have just been like, oh, I could have caught this like right at the beginning of the day. So it makes it very hard to turn your back on the market for a while. Which is why I opt to tell people just to paper trade it. Because worst case, you make fake money, or best case, you make fake money. Worst case, you lose fake money. It's not really, it's more just practice than anything. Um, but even that can still fake you out because you could have like 5 green days on paper trade and be like, oh my god, the market's back, and then you go to your real account and then it's just crap again. So it is kind of just a waiting game. In any case, it's a waiting game. Or just scale down your position sizes till they're like basically nothing at all. That's also another way to do it. Did you actually? That's hilarious. That's funny. Well, it's dedication. That's what it takes, even in a crappy market, even on vacation, I'm still pulling charts all the time. I'll be grocery shopping and I'll still have charts open on my phone and watching things, and it's crazy. Come on, CLVS. And also ADTX. Ooh, that was real close. Actually, I might have just touched it. For some reason, it didn't stop me out, though. I do not take trades on my phone. I'll watch charts on my phone, but I don't take the trades. That's funny. HGen, we could take a look at. Actually got a little excited there that we had another ticker to look at. It's looking okay. Earlier price action wasn't good, but we're starting to see a little bit better here. Not really seeing an opportunity to buy in, though, unfortunately. Yeah, exactly. There's really no day off for someone other than the weekends. And you know what? And then like you're like it's weird because when it gets close to the weekend like today, I'm like, "Oh, I'm so excited that I get to like sleep in and stuff." But then you wake up during the day and you're like, "What am I going to do with my day? The market's not open." SRG to 944, yeah. 950. B cell curved up as well. I'm going to close down this one. It's just annoying to look at. Yeah, that was a nice curl up. I mean, it's too bad it has literally no volume behind it, but APRE. Let's take a look at that one as well. Yeah, there's definitely opportunities in the market, and there's always going to be opportunities. Like even today, there's going to be opportunities. Like APRE is a good example. If you can find the bottom on APRE, and this looks like pretty well the exact bottom here at 91 cents, it could be a good opportunity. You might have to sit here for an hour or two, but Sunday night, yeah. There's always opportunities. CLVS is definitely going for a bit of a dip here, probably back, maybe back down to 9 or 270, quite possibly, or 280. 270 would be quite the dip. It's definitely possible. SRG back up to that 950, almost hitting that 960 mark. Everything's just so slow. ADTX probably stopping you out if you're still holding it. I don't. I trade like first hour after market. After I do this, I mean not after market. Sometimes I trade like, I don't know, yesterday I took a couple trades like right before the market closed as well. HGen not going too bad here. SRG actually made a bigger recovery than I thought it would. I need to like write down somewhere and post it all over the office what time futures close, because I'm still not really entirely sure. I keep forgetting. And I just opt to not play past the first hour if I can help it. Pretty much for that reason. Should have. Yeah. CLVS curling. We're still hoping that this ends up being a decent win. The good news is we made an entire $76 today. $76. We are playing with half that amount of money, less than half, almost a third of the amount of money on the first day of the challenge, and we doubled the profit. Yeah, basically a whole Happy Meal. We're up 19% though. That ADTX and CLVS so far paid off. 80 or CLVS could still pay off even better. So we might actually hit $80. But my God, this is going to bring that win percentage down quite a bit. Although I hold myself to a higher standard than I need to, like with a 2-to-1 ratio, you really only need about a 52 to 55% win rate. We're currently sitting at 59, but that's pretty terrible. Like for this month, that's terrible. I think last month we closed out a 72 or 73% win rate. This time we're losing like almost half the trades. Come on, CLVS. I think this is like the biggest test of a trader's patience is a bear market, because it's so hard. Sometimes it's like fairly easy to play, especially the way we play it. Like some days it doesn't really affect us at all. But then other days like today, it's just it makes things so difficult. It's like, why did I even get out of bed? Yeah. Well, take a break, take a week off or something. I almost slept in too. Yeah. It's also hard, right? Because then I go from like all this stuff not moving, and then I look at ES. I'm like, oh, there was like a huge opportunity here, right? Said I was going to go along here, could have made like a couple $100 at least. Yeah, I think most of us would have been asleep. CLVS hits that $3 mark. Can we break through the psychological barrier? You cut CLVS. Well, at least you made profit on it, right? There you go. I'd like to go on a long walk, but mosquitoes are out and they're absolutely terrible now. They're just the worst. I can't even, like, I got attacked letting the dogs out for a pee. Just don't want to be in anything anymore. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah. And for like, I really don't understand like what makes the mosquitoes attracted to some people and not because my fiance, she doesn't get bit at all. Like they'll land on her and they still won't bite her. Me, I literally get swarmed. It's worse. With your iron levels. She also bruises really easy, and I think her iron levels are down really low, and I never bruise, and I know I have high iron levels because when I go to donate blood, they take twice as much because I have such high iron levels. How do I drop my iron levels? Oh, really? You're anemic and you always get bit? Oh man, there's no hope for me. I was actually so desperate today that before I took the dogs out for the pee in the morning, I took a bounce sheet, like the dryer sheet, and I like rubbed it all over myself because I heard that it kind of repels them. It doesn't work, by the way. It doesn't work at all. I just smelled great. Yes, it's like right now we'll have a really hot day and then it'll rain all night long and then it'll be another hot day. So it could be attracted to the soap. Yeah, I should just start like washing myself with bleach or something. Yeah, me too. I don't like that sticky feeling either. Yeah, CLVS 302. We're getting somewhere with this. 304. I got 5 minutes left, so hopefully we get some extra profit out of CLVS. Oh, I can call that we actually. Oh my God, I can say we hit a PT today. Is that the first one? I think that's the first PT we've hit today. Yeah. Thanks, Jackal. Grav, we can take a look at. Oh my God, we're almost at 310. I'm gonna take some profits here. Taking some more profits on CLVS and leaving a small run for a few minutes. Let's see here. Can you recover? No. Once it hits your trailing threshold, your account you get locked out of the account and you have to reset it. Yeah, see in Canada or in BC specifically, I don't know. I looked it up online and I think they're a lying sack of shit because they say we don't have any mosquitoes here and it is just straight up a lie. We have the most mosquitoes here ever. SRG. I don't know. What did SRG do? It's kind of bouncing around. It might go up higher, but it's hard to say. I'm down 1,300 on here. Wait. So are we talking about like a 50K account with a 2,500 drawdown? Oh, 25K. If you hit your threshold, if you're down and you hit the threshold, it'll cancel your account and you cannot trade on that account anymore. I don't know what the 25K threshold is if it's 1,300. If you hit your threshold, it's over. You can get as close to that threshold as you want and still play, but you just can't hit it. Minus 1,500, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Wow, SRG with a nasty drop. CLVS kind of still going here, 314. You can. It's going to be hard though. 200 is not a lot of room. I would, if you're really, okay, so this is not financial advice, but I would just YOLO and do like 5 contracts the second you think something's going to move up. Like go long on like 5 contracts and close out at one point and hope to make back a decent amount if you hit your threshold. I would just buy another account. It's only like 30 bucks. It's better and easier than wasting all your time trying to make back that $1,500 or whatever, right? Yeah, exactly. And also limited. You can just you can right click on the chart and click this isn't Ninja Trader and right click limit buy and just pick a point and yeah, just wait till you think it's gonna like just even if you think it's gonna go up a little bit, buy like 5 contracts. Granted, if it moves down a point on you, you'll get liquidated. If it moves down, I think even half a point to 5 contracts. On 5 contracts, every contract on ES is worth $50 per point. Or 20 $50, $12 per tick. $12.50 per tick. A point is $1, if I'm correct. I think I'm correct. I don't actually look at the price too much. But yeah, I think a point is $1. And yeah, a point is very, very easy to make. Like ES is moving points all the time. Like from the top of this, so you got 3906 to the bottom of this at 3903. That's 3 points right there. So if you had 2 contracts, that would be like $300. Or if you had 5 contracts, that'd be like $700. I think CLVS is probably a good time to close out at 310 or maybe a little higher if you can, if you're still in it. Besides that, we still ended up ending green today. We surprisingly enough, we hit over $100. Yep, $700 in 1 minute. 8% today, not terrible, I guess, considering. But man, look at that. 1%, 1%, 3%, 0.8%, 2%, 1.7%, 0.5%. My lord. We hit a lot of stops. Yeah, apparently. We have to stay green for the rest of our life now. But we came pretty close. At one point, we were like only up 6% or something before that CLVS trade. CLVS was actually a really good win. Could have been a lot worse. Yep. Yeah, 1% down, not bad. Today was rough. So I ain't even gonna say I hope he made money because I'm pretty sure almost nobody made money today. But it's a good thing it's a weekend. We definitely need it after that. Hopefully Monday is a little bit of a turnaround for us and we can start to see some better days ahead because my God. That's a good question actually. I think it is. Let's see. That was 02 Saturday. Yeah, so it would be today. Yeah. Yeah, we could cry on voice chat if you want. We can just talk shit about the market or something. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna hop off. Gonna see if I can at least make some money on futures or something. Yeah, but I will see master students in a couple hours, and I will see the rest of you guys on Monday. All right, take care, guys.